High utilization isn't the end of the world if you're going to pay off your balance by the statement date. Your credit score would not be affected negatively because the high balance will not be reported to the credit bureau. But the danger comes in when you. And today, we're going to be talking about what happens when you max out your credit card, but then pay it off. But you know, over here, Sledging, we get straight to business, so let's get to it. So what does happen when you max out your credit card, but then pay it off? Is it a smart move, or will it wreck your credit? Today we're going to talk about when we hit that limit, but then clear the balance. Trust me, it's not as simple as it seems. First things first, maxing out your credit card means using your entire credit limit. So if you have a credit limit of $5,000 and you spend $5,000 on that credit card, you have maxed it out and used 100% utilization. Even if you pay the entire balance off within a couple of days or even the next day of reaching that total credit limit, it could still hurt your credit score, especially if that bank has already reported your utilization to the credit bureau. Why? Because utilization makes up 30% of your credit score. The higher the number, the riskier you look to lenders, even if you plan on paying it off in the future. But there is a way to use all or most of your credit limit without it affecting your credit score. And here's the key. Most issuers report your balance to the credit bureau on your statement date, not your due date. So guess what? If you max out your card but pay it off after the statement closes, that high balance is going to get reported to the credit bureau. To avoid this, you have to pay your balance down or completely off before the statement closes, not just before the due date. If you pay your entire balance or pay your balance down, you're going to report zero balance or a low balance to the credit bureau, keeping your utilization low and your credit safe. This is how a lot of people use credit cards, like myself, for all of my expenses without hurting my credit score, because it's all about managing the time. You need to find out your statement date. And that's as simple as looking at your credit card issuer's app or going on their website. Every credit card bill is going to have a statement closing date and a due date. But even if you're careful with timing, maxing out your credit cards can also create other issues. If having high utilization is out of the ordinary on your cards, it could raise a red flag to your issuer. The issuer could see this huge spend and flag it as suspicious. This is unlikely, but it is possible. Now, if you pay your balance down, but don't pay it in full before your statement closes, you're going to also get hit with an interest charge. And depending on the bank or credit union, that interest rate could be somewhere between 12 and over 30%. So you really want to think about and try to avoid paying interest. You can also get hit with a credit limit decrease if you start maxing out your credit cards. Some issuers do not like when customers max out their cards often. They might decrease the limit on your credit cards because they think that you might be over leveraged. On the flip side, some issuers may even increase your credit limit if you're maxing out your card, but that's only likely to happen if you're paying your balance on time every month. Now let's talk about if you max out but pay off your cards, will it hurt or help you in the long run? Here's the truth. High utilization isn't the end of the world if you're going to pay off your balance by the statement date. Your credit score would not be affected negatively because the high balance will not be reported to the credit bureaus. But the danger comes in when you form a habit of high utilization and not paying it off before the statement date. Payment history is always going to be what matters the most. So if you pay it off in full and on time, you avoid interest and keep your track record clean. But repeatedly maxing out your card, that's risky business. Because if you can't pay your card off or down, you're going to risk paying interest month over month, and that interest will eventually add up, which is something that the banks love, but something that we do not want to do. So maxing out your credit cards and then paying them off, does not guarantee disaster, but it's definitely a dance with time.
If you're looking to get funding for your business with no minimum credit score required, this includes term loans, equipment finance, and even fix and flip loans as well. To learn more, scan this QR code or click the link in the description below. Now back to the video.
Do it smart, and you can earn rewards, boost your credit, and never pay a dime of interest. Do it wrong, and you can sabotage your credit and end up with never-ending debt. And the one thing that everybody know about debt is that it's easy to get into, but it's hard to get out of. Especially when you're talking about something like credit card debt that gains compounding interest. The longer you owe the debt, the more interest it's going to gain, especially if you're not paying it off or paying it significantly down. Take it from somebody who was in credit card debt at one time, and my credit score was down to what I believe, if I can remember, I was down to a 442. And right now, 2025, my credit score ranges anywhere between 750s to 770s, depending on which bureau and which credit score model you look at. So would I personally recommend maxing out credit cards? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I do understand that an issuer may give you a low limit and it might be easy to max out that card. But remember, if you're using your credit cards wisely, you can get credit limit increases, and you can also apply for bigger and better cards that are going to give you higher limits. Because once you start maxing out credit cards, it can become a habit. And even if you could pay it down, life does happen. And there are times where you might run into a situation where you can't pay it off. And like I said earlier, the compounding interest when it comes to you not being able to pay off a credit card. Are there 0% interest credit cards? Absolutely. If you have a 0% credit card, make sure that you have a plan to pay that card off as well. You may not treat it the same as you would with a card that is gaining interest every month, because you're getting 0% for a promotional time for a certain time limit. But once that time limit is over, you're going to owe the interest on that card if you haven't paid it in full. But back to the topic. If you are going to max out a credit card, make sure that you have a plan to pay it off before the statement date. Stay disciplined and use these credit cards as a tool that benefit you, and not only as a tool that makes money for the banks. Well, if you like this content or was just entertained, hit that thumbs up, share this video, but most importantly, drop a salute in the comment section. And remember, the separation is in the preparation. It's your boy Sledge. Salute.